Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to my next YouTube video. This one's gonna be a little shorter. I hope you all enjoyed the last one I posted as my story. Kind of just giving you a background on where I came from and kind of my journey to where I'm at today. So this one, like I said, it's gonna be a little shorter. I just want to talk about one thing. So it's the power of being consistent and showing up. And I feel like this is lost in this day and age, especially with there being so much like instant gratification, things are at your fingertips, and it's so easily reachable that people kind of lose sight of doing things for the long term. Weight loss, for example, right? As I've talked about before, it's really not going to happen overnight, right? That long term, healthy, sustainable way of losing weight is not going to happen overnight. What's going to make that change is being consistent day in, day out. And kind of like what I showed you in the 5 weeks that I did to lose those, now I'm down 12 pounds, was just being consistent day in and day out. And basically doing the same thing every day, basically following those steps that I posted before, But that's, like I say, Rome is not built in a day. So it's being consistent every single day. And again, I think people lose sight of that. It can be hard to. I definitely do get caught up in the kind of the short-term picture, and you're like, I want, a certain thing now, and it can be hard to see how doing one thing each day can lead you to your end goal, right? For example, for me, with this YouTube channel and, and posting more on Instagram, like, there are definitely days where I'm not as motivated and I'm like, kind of like, why am I doing this? And, then sometimes I'll get the feedback and it's not what I expected, and that's the other thing is I don't have any expectations. That's one thing I've learned, at the end of the day, I'm doing this for me, and it's because it's kind of pushing me out of my comfort zone. My whole goal of this YouTube channel was to kind of share my experience, and hopefully that can help, either inspire people, motivate people, and also give them knowledge, on how fitness can change their lifestyle in a healthy and proper way. But again, like my first video I posted, I didn't get a whole lot of views, but it's that day in and day out, but staying consistent weekly, that's what makes a difference. I've noticed that with my Instagram too. Now I've been posting every single day for the past few weeks, and my following has grown significantly just from posting every single day. I'm not doing anything crazy, just staying consistent. And showing up, that was one thing I was taught when I was younger, is showing up is half the battle, right? And that's what I tell a lot of my clients, when they're trying to get into a workout routine, showing up is half the battle. For a lot of people, it is, they're scared of the environment, something they're not used to. It's out of their comfort zone and they don't know what to do. That's where a trainer comes in handy, having someone there to help support you and guide you and point you in the right direction. But yeah, getting there is half the battle, That's what I'll tell them. I'll be like, if anything, just come in and go on the treadmill or do something that you are somewhat used to, is somewhat easy for you, and let's just get you in a routine of showing up. Because once you have that down, the rest comes, it's easier, as it is with, I think, with starting a new job too. We've all had those moments. And I've had jobs where like, I don't really want to go, especially when it's the beginning and you're out of your comfort zone. I'm a very routine person, as I've mentioned before. You're not in your routine, you're trying something new. It's scary. But then it's like, you look months down the line after that first day, when you get in the routine, it's like, why was I so scared? And that's what it takes, that relates to a lot of things. I think it relates to relationships too, not that I'm expert in relationships at all, but from my experience, it's that being consistent, right? Again, it's going to be up and down, just like your fitness. Days you're motivated, days you're not so motivated, same in relationships. Like, we're human beings after all, right? We're not perfect, we're not going to be feeling the same way every single day. Plus, things are going to happen around us that affect us in different ways. And that's something you kind of have to take into consideration, especially when you're in a relationship with a person, is it's not always going to be, they call it the honeymoon phase in the beginning. It's not always going to be like that. So that's just another example. It's, you just got to keep showing up for that person. When you really love and care about someone, that's what you do. I'm lucky. I have two amazing parents that have been married for, it was 1985. I'm not gonna try to do the math in my head right now. Actually, that's pretty easy. 20 plus, it'll be 20 plus 15, 35 years in July. So not too far away. And that's crazy. And, and that's, I think, I have a lot of respect for them because obviously they've raised 4 kids, they've gone through a lot of things together and they're still together, and that's what I mean. It's that showing up day in and day out, whether it's a good day or bad day, and that's the same thing you apply to your fitness, or anything you're trying to do. You're trying to do a YouTube channel, or you're trying to write a book, or there's so many different things, if it's really something you really want to do and make that big change in your life, it's not going to happen overnight. It's putting that little 1% in, I don't want to say put 1% in of your effort, but it's kind of on that journey. It's 1% of the journey, right? To hit that 100% end of your goal. That's what you got to do day in and day out, kind of build that up until you hit that goal, and I promise you, it's going to be way more rewarding when you see how much work you put in. One, you'll probably be more successful and more practiced at it, first of all, but also it's going to feel more rewarding when you see yourself putting in that work and to kind of see your journey and how you come so far, rather than I think a lot, it kind of goes back to, I don't like to use drinking, but I'll use that as an example. A lot of people using that as their comfort when they're stressed, in the moment it feels great, but in the long term it doesn't, right? It has all these adverse effects of weight gain, and it's obviously it's a depressant. So in the long run, you're not really benefiting yourself, Same thing with eating. I talked about that on the podcast, it's going to come out soon, and kind of the emotional side of eating, and people eat when they're feeling sad, or stressed, and again, in the moment it feels nice, but in the long term it's not, right? So it's kind of accepting the fact that not every day is going to be what you want it to be, But just for me, I think, especially during this quarantine, what I've learned is, obviously I've readjusted to a new routine, things have changed in my life. The fact that I'm not, just embracing how I feel that day, I think it was Monday, for example, I've been doing this running thing and trying to run every single day. And so Monday, I worked out with one of my coworkers in the morning, and then I went to my friend's house and worked out again, worked out 2 different muscle groups. But I was planning to run when I got home, but I just, I wasn't feeling it. I was tired, I just wasn't motivated, and my body was really sore. So, I just listened to my body, I didn't do it that day, Did it set me back at all my goal? No, it's just a matter of sometimes you gotta listen to your body. An example like that, and you just kind of embrace how you feel that day and kind of do the best with what you have, right? So again, I think that's going to kind of wrap it up there, but just be consistent, and show up, like I said, that's half the battle. That's what I was taught. I think that's so true with so many things. So just putting in the effort, right? And I was watching I started watching The Last Dance, that documentary on Michael Jordan and the end of the Bulls era, when they won their 6 championships. I started watching that last night, and one of the people they interviewed on there was Roy Williams, who's now the North Carolina basketball coach. And obviously, those of you that watch sports, North Carolina is known for being one of the best basketball colleges. That's also where Michael Jordan went to school. And so he was an assistant while Michael Jordan was there, and he was like, I've never seen a player work any harder, and that's what Michael Jordan told him. He's like, I'm going to work harder than anybody else, and that's something you have control over, right? Not all of us, some are blessed with better genetics or more athletic talent or, better environment, more money, whatever it may be, but you can control your attitude and your work ethic, and I think that's something that goes a long way, right? And that's, again, it's something that's not going to happen overnight, but it's that day in, day out working hard, continually. That's where you're going to see the results at the end of the day. And obviously Michael Jordan's probably is the best basketball player to ever live. And obviously that's on the grander scale, I'm not saying that's always going to happen, but it's possible. So yeah, that kind of wraps up my video for today. Hope you guys all enjoyed that, and definitely subscribe. Give me a follow. And I'll talk to you guys next time.